It's live. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Serendipitous Rebel podcast. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Krystal, and we are in the middle of a hiatus right now, taking some intentional time to be with our families this summer.
But we didn't want to just disappear. So while we're away, we've been reaching back into the vault and pulling episodes that we think deserve a second listen. And this one, honestly, this one was Krystal's idea, and she was right.
I mean, I usually am. But yes, this episode has been living rent-free in my head lately, and I think you're going to understand why the moment it starts.
This episode is from May of 2023. We were talking about temporal landmarks, which are dates and moments in time that mark real turning points in your life. Not just New Year's Day, not just birthdays or anniversaries, dates that are yours, the ones that stop you in your tracks and remind you how far you've actually come.
And what I love about this conversation is that we both got really personal in it. We talked about the dates that changed everything for us and why those moments carry so much motivational power when we actually pay attention to them.
So it's one of those episodes that hits differently depending on where you are in your life when you listen to it. So wherever you are right now, we think this one is going to land.
So grab your journal and get ready to really sit with this one.
I think the more meaningful the temporal landmark is, the stronger the motivational power. Welcome to Purposeful Podcasting. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Krystal. This podcast is meant to share how we and other entrepreneurs bring together purpose and passion to leverage profit in our businesses.
We are shining a light on adventure-loving, purpose-driven, action-minded, authentic, and rebellious entrepreneurs.
Just like us.
So join us as we talk about business and life and everything in between.
Welcome back, everybody, to this week's episode of Purposeful Podcasting. I'm here today with Wendy. My name is Krystal. This week, we are talking about temporal landmarks. What the heck is a temporal landmark?
I should preface all of this to say that this is one of the geek moments that I have been so excited and so waiting for. I love this. Anyway, so now that my enthusiasm is clear, let me say a temporal landmark is a date or event that marks the passage of time.
Birthdays or like a holiday, anniversary, New Year's Day.
Exactly. And actually, the beauty is it can be whatever date that serves for you as a reminder of progress you've made. And it's so wonderful because it provides a sense of continuity and structure in our lives. What do you say about that?
I say, who doesn't look forward to a holiday?
Yeah.
Except for some holidays that I don't look forward to, but that's okay. Okay, birthday celebration. Who doesn't love planning a birthday celebration? Because I plan a birthday month. I don't just plan a birthday day.
Oh, I'm totally there with you. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So here are a few reasons why temporal landmarks are so valuable for all of us. One is it helps us cope with change. A temporal landmark can help us create distance between our past selves, and that includes change and also possibly failures. Okay, for example, a divorce or the loss of a loved one may be marked by the individual's birthday or another significant date, which can serve really as a reminder of the progress that you've made and the support you've received from friends and family. And it's an opportunity to remember the good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whether I like to or not.
Exactly.
So I know another wonderful thing about temporal landmarks is that it can provide motivation. The temporal landmarks can provide motivation to pursue new opportunities, take on new challenges. I like you give an example of like the start of a school year, which can be a really motivating factor for students to strive for academic success. We tend to start August off or September in other parts of the country, I know, with that same bit of gumption to like jump into this new year. And I think that coping and motivating is all about the fresh start effect. Temporal landmarks separate the right now with what's happened in the past, which is an inspiring, motivating, or an aspirational moment in your life.
We use this a lot in coaching. We use it also to set goals. It's interesting that research shows that people are more likely to engage in goal-directed behavior immediately following an important temporal landmark. And I know like an obvious one is your birthday and you decide, oh, I'm going to get healthy because I'm getting older. Or start of the new year can say for a lot of people, I need to look at my career and I need to reassess. So things like that. Just to talk a little bit more personally about this, it's also really identifying not just birthdays or New Year's, but a really important temporal landmark that is meaningful and significant to you. I use April 21st as being really the big one for me. Why? Because I lost my corporate job that day. And my now husband, then boyfriend, said to me, come to Guam. This was huge. And I see it really very much as it's very much the fresh start effect. One door shuts and one door opens. I use it that date every year as a time of reflection, as really also as a time of celebration. Woo, look where I am now.
You had asked me prior to this podcast episode about what are your temporal landmarks. And we had an interesting conversation behind the scenes of what does that mean as far as the significance of a moment. And for me, I kept coming back to January. A lot of significant changes in my life have happened in the month of January. I also got married in the month of January, also being like that month that I got married is a important milestone for me. Major changes in my life have happened in January where I have made big moves overseas, big moves back from overseas, major changes to elope and get married, birth of a child. Sydney had major brain surgery in the month of January. It seemed around each time of those things happening leading up to it, we were doing a lot of goal setting as far as saying we wanted to do these things by this date, especially with the surgery, for example. Lot of goal setting of I ran a half marathon because I wanted to have that done and that goal accomplished before we reach certain milestones. And then also it's kind of like you think about those dates as before that moment and then after that moment, your BC or AD of that moment in time, as it were, of how everything changed leading up to that moment and how different things are since then. And so I just know that January tends to be, even though if you, anybody that really knows me knows I hate New Year's resolutions. I hate them with a with a ton of fervor. It's less about the new year to me. And there's just something about that month that feels very hibernating to me and very reflective to me to start make plans and make changes. We started Serendipitous Rebel in January, for example. Lots of changes and movement happens around that time for me.
Gosh, that is so, so incredibly powerful. It really is. I think the more meaningful the temporal landmark is, the stronger the motivational power. I love that what you're saying, it ties in your purpose, it ties in your values, it ties in all the things. I think about April 21st, it wasn't just my career, it was my personal life. Ultimately, it helped shape my future. So when our listeners are looking for their own opportunities for fresh starts, you can construct your own turning points. And I love that. It's not New Year's Day. It was January 23rd. That was Sydney's surgery. You know, I know.
Right. You did know that. I was like, oh, look, she nailed it.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know when your wedding anniversary is. I probably should.
Slightly less important date in our house these days.
Yeah.
Not because I don't love my husband immensely. Let me put that disclaimer for when he listens to this later on. But no, not because of that, just because that surgery tends to be just a very big stake in the ground right now.
First of all, I'm really impressed that your husband actually listens to your podcast. I do not believe that my husband has ever, but we won't go there. I think that Sydney's surgery is probably a really great example of this, because from that date, you can start setting specific and measurable goals. And so whether it's rehabilitation after surgery, whether it's deciding a career, if you have a career, say for me, it was, okay, I'm going from a corporate job and I'm transitioning into, I want to be an entrepreneur. And what kind of an entrepreneur, and all those things. So it was setting very specific measurable goals, also setting deadlines. For me, we were also talking about this behind the scenes. So the 21st is one of those magically weird dates for me. So the 21st, it's like a magical date. I did get married May 21st. December 21st is the last day I had an honest to God Coca-Cola. Had been just diagnosed with diabetes. And then there's a few others, which I probably need to remember. These dates that they pop up and they say, look how far I've come. Look how far I've come. Look at, and can reflect on these things. And I think that's really valuable. And I think it has a power to it. Temporal landmarks are points in time, which really makes it easier to track. It can pop up on your calendar. For me, it's like a 21st of the month check-in. Or people use Monday mornings or Friday nights or whatever that particular time is where you can check in to see how am I progressing my goal. Points in time, well, we have them. We can't necessarily hide from them. You know what I mean?
Well, I think everybody gets to that pivotal point where it's why here, why now? Something needs to change. It's usually at the point of friction in some manner. I know we kind of joked at the beginning of the episode about birthdays and parties, and I guess that is the difference when we think of a temporal landmark. It's like this point of this impetus of change because we either closed a business or we started a business. And usually when we were making decisions like that, we were doing it from a place of wanting to make a major change for a deeper purpose because of a deeper passion. So I guess that's the light bulb that just went off for me. It's like when we made the decision to start our podcast.
Right.
That was a very pivotal moment for Serendipitous Rebel because I think we knew early on this became a very powerful vehicle for us that we had a passion behind.
Yes.
And this is what we wanted to keep doing. I love that temporal landmarks make it easier to celebrate your successes, both at the checkpoints and at the finish line. They keep those celebrations along the way. They keep you motivated and focused. So you think about, even if you break down like our podcast again, that celebration point of finishing up season 1 and that celebration point of launching season 4 and things like that, that it's just knowing that there gets to be a point where you have these moments where you're going to have to make a big change or make that scary leap. And it is a scary leap sometimes, but we know that this was the moment that we did things because we had a purpose or we had a passion or we had something to say and we wanted to do it. And then
we did it.
We just did.
We just did it. Yes. I was just looking to see. Somehow I was like, wait, was January 21st when we really pushed some button? I'm not actually sure there was, but maybe. Then
I think we actually received our LLC paperwork on the 21st.
Oh, we'll see. Then then that makes us totally legit. And that's awesome.
It was something right around then. Anyway, I think, I think that there's, again, it's just really powerful moments and powerful knowing. And, January, again, that came back up again.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're saying is, I think that if everyone listening could take a moment and think about, even right now, what is it that creates that spark? What is it, that moment in time that says, I want to change, I want to celebrate, I want to move on?
Write it down, figure it out, and then go start a podcast and talk about it.
Well, exactly. Now is the perfect time.
Yeah.
Go start a podcast. Why not? Thanks, everybody, for listening. You know what? I think that this wraps up season 3. Yeah, exactly. Dun, dun, dun. This wraps up season 3. We have something special in store for you, a surprise that we will share shortly.
Yep.
Yes. And probably in the show notes.
Probably in the show notes. If not in the show notes, be sure to check your email. Our email list will be the first to hear about our surprise announcement. And then we are working on some amazing things behind the scenes, along with the participants of our current boot camp. So we can't wait to make that announcement. If you're not on our list, be sure to sign up. You can do that on our website at serendipitousrebel.com. Join our email list. That way you never miss an episode. You always know what's coming down the pike. Until then, guys.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again real soon.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a rating.
But only if you liked it. Otherwise, just keep it to yourself.
You can learn more about purposeful podcasting on our website at serendipitousrebel.com.
And if you have topics you'd like to hear about, be sure to submit them on our website or DM us on social media.